Hello, friends. Imagine you are standing in a room where there is money all around you. Every wall is glittering with the shine of gold, and the fragrance of success is coming from every corner. Every person in that room is a millionaire, but there is no worry on their faces, only peace. Have you ever wondered what is so special about these people that sets them apart from the rest? Is it a game of luck, or is there a way of thinking in their minds that other people don't have? This is the very question raised by Harv Eker's book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. In this book, the author explains that the real secret to becoming rich is not hidden in the art of earning money, but in the art of thinking about money. The world's millionaires have a mind that recognizes opportunities, handles them, and turns every failure into a lesson. This book teaches that you too can build such a mind, one that can lift you from poverty and take you to wealth. The author says that in our childhood, our parents and society created a financial blueprint, a money blueprint, in our minds which determines how we will deal with money. No matter how hard a person works, if their blueprint is that of a poor mindset, they cannot become rich. But if that same blueprint is changed into a rich mindset, money itself starts to flow into their life. In this book, two types of mindsets are described. First is the poor mindset, and second is the rich mindset. A person with a poor mindset always thinks there is a lack of money, whereas a person with a rich mindset thinks that money is everywhere. One just has to attract it in the right direction. A person with a poor mindset is afraid that the money will run out, whereas a person with a rich mindset knows that finding ways to grow money is their strength. Harv Eker states that money comes not just from hard work, but from a mental state. Meaning, if your mind holds wealthy thoughts, your reality also gradually begins to move in that direction. The author says that to become rich, you must first fill yourself with the belief that you deserve to be rich. Until you have this belief, no plan, no hard work will be effective. Now let's talk about the habits with which rich people strengthen their thinking. The first step is taking responsibility. People with a poor mindset always blame the circumstances. They say, if the government was good, if luck was on my side, if I had gotten some help, I too would have become rich. But a person with a rich mindset says, I am the creator of my life. What I am is the result of my thoughts and decisions. And if I need to change something, I have to change my thoughts. The second step is to recognize opportunities. A person with a poor mindset sees danger in every new thing. They think, what if I suffer a loss? Whereas a person with a rich mindset sees the benefit in that same thing. They say, if I learn, understand, and take a step at the right time, this very thing can bring me success. This difference is what moves them forward. The third step is positivity. Rich people always keep people around them who want to move forward, who dream big, who think that anything is possible. Whereas people with a poor mindset live with negative people, who find complaints in everything, who say about every matter, this is too difficult, or this is not for me. This very thinking stops them right where they are. Harv Eker says that money is not just a bank balance. It is a reflection of your beliefs. If you believe that you cannot get out of poverty, no force can pull you out. But if you believe that money is your right, the entire universe helps you to get it. Rich people always know the value of their time. They invest their time where they will get future benefits. Whereas people with a poor mindset waste their time on things that give only temporary pleasure but no real benefit. For example, a person with a poor mindset will keep watching TV and say, I am relaxing a bit. Whereas a person with a rich mindset will use that same time to learn a new skill that can give them financial freedom later on. The author explains that wealth is a habit. It is not a coincidence. Just as a person exercises daily and becomes strong, similarly, One who acts according to a rich mindset daily becomes rich. Rich people train their minds. They always direct their minds toward opportunities. They know that fear is not failure. Fear is just an illusion that stops them from moving forward. A big lesson from this book is that to become rich, you have to help others. People with a poor mindset think, if I give to others, I will be at a loss. Whereas people with a rich mindset know that the more you give, the more you will get back. Because money is an energy, and energy returns to where it is given from. Harv Eker says that rich people treat money with love. They do not consider it dirty. Rather, they consider it a tool that can make life easier. Whereas people with a poor mindset consider money to be bad. And this is the reason why money runs away from them. The author says that if you truly want to become rich, you have to decide that you are living not just to survive, but to thrive. You have to take your mind to a level where you think, I am becoming rich not just for myself, but for my future generations. Now, if you are ready, this book will teach you how to change your old financial blueprint and create a new, rich mindset, where money doesn't become your enemy but your partner, where instead of lack, you always see possibility, where you transform yourself from an ordinary person into a person with a millionaire mindset. Harv Eker says that the journey to becoming rich starts from within you. There is no external magic that will change your life overnight. But when you change your thinking, the entire universe starts working in your favor because thoughts create reality. This is the deepest message of this book. If you make your thinking rich, wealth becomes a part of your life. The author explains that every person has an internal, financial thermostat in their mind, which decides how much money they can handle. If this thermostat is set at a low level, then no matter how much you earn, your mind will bring you back to the same level you were at before. Meaning, if a person's mindset believes that earning $20,000 a month is enough, then even if they suddenly start earning $500,000, their mind will somehow bring them back to that $20,000 level. This thermostat is formed by your thoughts, your experiences, and your beliefs. Therefore, the author says that if you want to become rich, first raise the level of your financial thermostat. Start telling yourself, I am worthy of more. I am deserving of prosperity. I can think big. I can achieve big. When you believe in yourself, only then does the world also believe in you. The author makes an important point in the book. Money doesn't change your personality, it just exposes it. If you are generous, you will become even more generous with money. If you are greedy, you will become even greedier with money. That is why, before wealth, you have to prepare yourself from within, so that when money comes, you can handle it and put it in the right direction. Harv Eker states that people with a poor mindset always focus on the results, whereas people with a rich mindset focus on the process. They know that if the process is right, the result will be good on its own. A person with a poor mindset thinks, I just need to get money, then everything will be fine. Whereas a person with a rich mindset says, I need to become the kind of person who can generate money. Because when I become that, money will come to me on its own. Another important point the author makes is the ability to take risks. A person with a poor mindset is afraid that if they fail, everything will be over. Whereas a person with a rich mindset knows that failure is not an end, but an opportunity to learn. He says, don't try to avoid failure. Rather, try to learn from it because every failure teaches you something new. Rich people know how to turn their expenses into investments. They put money in places from which more money is generated, whereas people with a poor mindset spend money on things that are just for show. The author says that if you save some money every month and put it in the right place, slowly money will start working for you. And this is the beginning of true wealth. In the book, the author says another wonderful thing. Rich people see the big picture in their minds, whereas people with a poor mindset are entangled in small thinking. A rich person says, "I want to build an empire that will enrich even the coming generations." Whereas a person with a poor mindset says, "I just need to pay the month's rent and cover expenses." This very difference decides both their lives. Harv Eker says that if you want to attract wealth into your life, you must have respect for wealth. Whenever you receive money, no matter how small it is, accept it with gratitude. Because when you are grateful, the universe starts to give you more. The author says that gratitude is the key to wealth because it keeps the mind positive, and only a positive mind can recognize opportunities. Another point that the author repeats again and again is self-confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, no plan will work for you. The journey to becoming rich starts with self-confidence, because when you believe in yourself, only then do you have the courage to take big steps, and this very courage paves the way to success. Rich people are always learners. They never consider themselves complete. Rather, they try to learn something new every day. They read books, they meet new people, they share their experiences and continuously improve themselves, because they know that whoever stops gets left behind. People with a poor mindset think, "I know everything," whereas people with a rich mindset say, "I need to learn more." This thirst for learning is what moves them forward. Harv Eker says that if you want to change your thinking, put yourself among people who are ahead of you. Listen to their words, know their experiences, and start seeing the world from their perspective. Slowly, your thinking will also start to change. The author explains another deep point. To become rich, not just money, but the right purpose is necessary. If you have a big purpose for wealth, money itself starts to flow in that direction. But if your only purpose is to earn money, it doesn't go very far. Therefore, create a big why for your life, such as giving your family a better life, bringing some change in society, or helping others. When your purpose is big, money becomes a tool, not the destination. Harv Eker says that the greatest power of wealth is the spirit of giving. When you help others without greed, the universe returns that energy multiplied. Therefore, do good for others as much as possible, because this is the real secret to prosperity. Now think, if every day you start to change your inner thoughts bit by bit, if you consider yourself responsible, if you see every chance as an opportunity to learn, if you live with gratitude, if you help others, then won't your life change? This is the soul of this book, that wealth is not an external thing but a mental state, and when you achieve it, the whole world starts to help you. Author Harv Eker says that every person has a financial map in their mind, which he calls the money blueprint. This blueprint determines what kind of relationship you have with money and whether you will become rich or remain poor. This blueprint is formed from childhood, when you heard your parents talking about money, when you saw how money was spent or saved in the house, when you felt whether there was fear or respect for money. All these things together create a deep pattern within you that gives direction to your whole life. The author says that if someone always heard in their home, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Money only comes from hard work," or "Rich people are selfish," then that child unknowingly forms the thought that money is hard to come by, or that wealth is a bad thing. And this very thought later limits their financial situation. Therefore, if you truly want to become rich, you must first recognize your old blueprint and change it. To change this blueprint, the author has described 3 steps. First is awareness, recognizing your old thoughts about money. What do you think about money? Do you think you have to struggle a lot to get money? Do you think rich people are greedy? Do you believe money doesn't bring happiness? If yes, then this is your obstacle. The second step is understanding, knowing where these thoughts came from. Are they your own, or did you adopt them from someone else? The third step is disassociation. Now, leaving these old thoughts and adopting new thinking. Harv Eker says that when you understand that this limited thinking in your mind is not your own, but learned, then you have the power to change it. Then you can decide your new thinking for yourself. And this is the beginning of real change. The author has explained that people with a rich mindset see money as a tool. They believe that money can amplify good. If it is in the right hands, it can bring big changes in society. Whereas people with a poor mindset are afraid of money. They feel that money will spoil them or people will misunderstand them. But the truth is, money just expands your thinking. If you are good, money will make you even better. If you have wrong thoughts, money will amplify that too. Now let's talk about another big idea that is the basis of this book. People with a rich mindset don't focus on results, but on their identity. They say, I am the kind of person who deserves prosperity. I can recognize opportunities. I can make my life better. They do not limit themselves. Whereas people with a poor mindset bind themselves in limited definitions. They say, I can only do this much, or I am not lucky. This very thought keeps them stuck. The author says that rich people always think win-win, meaning they find a way in which both sides benefit, whereas people with a poor mindset think, if someone wins, I lose. This very thought holds them back. Because life is not a competition, but a journey of opportunities where there is space for everyone. Harv Eker says another beautiful thing. Rich people take big responsibility. They take full control of their lives. They are not afraid to admit their mistakes, rather they learn from them. Whereas people with a poor mindset put the blame for everything on others. They say, the circumstances are bad, people are wrong. The time is not right. But a person with a rich mindset knows that until he takes responsibility himself, nothing will change. In one place in the book, the author says that money is like a seed. If you sow it in the right soil, it grows. But if you put it in the soil of fear or hatred, it dries up. Meaning, if you look at money with wrong emotions, it runs away from you. But if you embrace it with love, respect, and understanding, it grows in your life. People with a rich mindset also know that money doesn't come alone. It comes with discipline, patience, and understanding. They pay attention to their expenses. They know where to invest and where to save. They make every decision thoughtfully. They don't say, I don't have money, but rather they think, how can I make money? This difference in thinking determines the distance between wealth and poverty. The author says that wealth is not just in accumulating money, but in mental freedom. When you work not for money, but for your purpose, money comes on its own. Rich people know that their time is the most valuable resource. Therefore, they don't spend it where there is no benefit, but invest it where they can get growth. Another important point mentioned in this book is the flow of energy. Money is an energy that goes where it is welcomed. If you are afraid of money or consider it bad, it stays away from you. But if you love it, respect it, and think that it can make your and others' lives better, then it starts to come to you. Harv Eker says that if you want wealth in your life, take some small steps every day, such as keeping your thinking positive, keeping an account of your money, prioritizing saving before spending, and increasing your sources of income. These small steps together build the path to great wealth. In the book, the author also says that rich people always create a picture of success in their minds. They imagine that they have abundant wealth and they are using it for good deeds. This visualization affects their subconscious mind, and then that mind inspires them to take such steps that lead them in that direction. Harv Eker says that a person becomes what they repeatedly think. If you repeatedly think that money is hard to come by, that becomes the truth. But if you think that money comes easily, then slowly the circumstances also start to become like that. This is the most beautiful message of this book, that wealth begins in the mind. When you free your mind from limitations, when you leave your old fears and trust new possibilities, when you tell yourself, I am worthy, I am capable, and I will become rich, then life truly starts to change. Harv Eker says that if you truly want to become rich, you have to make wealth not just a goal, but a lifestyle. This thinking should be visible in your behavior every moment, because thought is the root of every action. The author explains that when your mind starts to think like a rich person, you yourself start making decisions that lead to wealth. And when your mind thinks like a poor person, your decisions also fall in that direction. Now the question arises, what is a wealthy lifestyle like? First of all, people with a rich mindset keep their lives organized. They have a clear account of their money. They know where their money is going every day and where it is coming from. They use money not just to spend, but to grow. They have a plan for everything. They know where to invest and when to pull out. Whereas people with a poor mindset spend without thinking and regret later. The author says that rich people maintain control in every area of their life. They do not let their emotions come in the way of making money. They recognize fear, but they don't let it overpower them, because they know that fear is just an illusion that becomes an obstacle on the path to success. Therefore, a rich person takes a step despite feeling fear, whereas a person with a poor mindset doesn't even take a step because of fear. Harv Eker gives an interesting example. He says that a person with a poor mindset thinks, if I fail, everything will be over. But a person with a rich mindset says, if I fail, I will learn and I will do better next time. This is the mentality that makes the difference. Because in life, victory belongs to the one who knows how to get up even after falling repeatedly. The author says that the biggest secret to becoming rich is to take action. Just thinking is not enough. You have to turn your thoughts into actions, because until you take a step, nothing will change. Many people keep thinking, one day I will be rich, but they keep waiting for that one day. Whereas a person with a rich mindset starts from today. They say, even if it's a small step, I must start. Harv Eker says that if you want money to grow in your life, you have to expand your mind. You have to think, I am becoming rich not just for myself, but for others too. When you have this thought, my wealth will help someone, your energy increases and money starts to flow in that direction. Eker explains that rich people always do two things. First, they increase their sources of income, and second, they control their expenses wisely. They know that depending on only one income is dangerous. Therefore, they are always looking for new possibilities, such as investing, business, or developing new skills. On the other hand, people with a poor mindset depend on their single source, and when that source breaks, everything falters. The author also says that rich people grow with time. They understand that the world is changing, and whoever doesn't change with time will be left behind. Therefore, they are at the forefront of adopting new technology, new thinking, and new opportunities. They never say, it's too late now. Instead, they say, it's still the right time. Harv Eker says that wealth is not just in money, it is in self-confidence. A person with a rich mindset has faith in themselves. They know that no matter how difficult the circumstances, they will handle them. Whereas a person with a poor mindset always lives in fear, thinking, what if everything goes wrong? This fear stops them right where they are. Rich people are always learners. They understand that knowledge is the biggest investment. They learn something new every day. They know that one who invests in knowledge never harms themselves. Therefore, they read books, attend seminars, and connect with successful people. Because they know that, as the company, so the color, you become like the people you associate with. If you stay among successful people, your thinking will also become like that. The author says that if you want to become rich, nourish your thoughts every day. Just as the body needs food, the mind needs positive thoughts. As soon as you wake up, tell yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am on the path to success. When you do this every day, your mind will slowly start to believe it. And when the mind believes, the universe also starts to do the same. Harv Eker says that another secret to wealth is the art of giving. Rich people know that the process of receiving begins with giving. They help others, donate, and do something for society. Because they know that money doesn't stop, it flows. If you stop it, it will end. But if you let it flow, it will come back multiplied. The book also mentions that a person with a rich mindset writes down their goals every day. They clarify their dreams because unclear goals are never achieved. If you don't know where you have to reach, you will wander in any direction. But if you know every day what you want and why you want it, your mind will work in that direction, and paths will be created on their own. The author says that wealth comes when your focus is on the solution, not on the problem. People with a poor mindset always think, I don't have this, I don't have that. Whereas people with a rich mindset think, what can I do with what I have? This very difference moves them forward. In the end, the author says that wealth is not a destination but a journey in which you have to grow, learn, and improve yourself every day. If you change your thoughts, leave your fears, and work hard every day with gratitude, then no force can stop you from becoming rich. Now think if from today you decide that you too will live with a rich mindset. You will make your every thought positive. You will recognize opportunities. You will rise above fear. And you will put your money in the right direction. Then what will your life be like? This is the magic of this book. It makes you believe that wealth is within you and bringing it out is in your hands. Just think, when you train your mind for wealth, your thoughts, your language, and your decisions all change. You no longer get entangled in excuses. You look for opportunities. You no longer live in fear. You look at risk from a new perspective. You don't need to run after money because money itself starts to come after you. This is the millionaire mindset. This is that real transformation which the author talks about in this book. He says that wealth begins not in your pocket but in your mind. If you have learned that money is a tool, not a burden, if you have left your old limited thoughts and adopted a new abundant mindset, then no one can stop you. No matter what your past has been, no matter how difficult the circumstances, you can change everything with your thoughts. Because as you think, so you become. So friends, if you want your life to also move in the direction of wealth, then apply the principles of this book in your daily life. Break the limitations of your mind and bring out the hidden power within you, because this is real wealth. If you do this, a day will surely come when you will proudly say, I changed my thoughts and my whole life changed. And this is the deepest message of this book. Change your thoughts, change your life. If you liked this book summary, please subscribe to the Top Book Summary channel so that you get such inspiring and knowledge-filled book summaries daily. Share this video with your friends so they can also change their mindset to a millionaire mindset. Comment below and tell us which part of this book touched your heart the most. Remember, wealth starts with thought, and you are ready to change your thoughts. See you with the next book, where a new story and a new thought will be waiting for you. Thank you.